What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so we've got some more breaking news. We're on the Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision section. This is an exclusive for the Hollywood Reporter. Olivia Wilde, LuckyChap, Simon Kinberg teaming to adapt Rob Liefeld's Avengelyne. All right, now if you know about LuckyChap is Margot Robbie's production company, which she just signed a big mega deal. Obviously, LuckyChap is the production company that she used to produce Barbie, which made over $1 billion. And, obviously when she had that kind of success, they were going to give her a big mega $1 million deal. And this is one of the first projects that she is going to be producing under the new deal. But let's read some of this. A high-powered package is coming together to adapt Avengelyne, the 90s comic book character from Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld. Olivia Wilde, who last helmed the thriller Don't Worry, Darling, is attached to direct what would be a feature adaptation. LuckyChap, the banner run by Margot Robbie, Tom Ackerley, and Josie McNamara, and which shepherded last year's biggest movie, Barbie, is producing. Simon Kinberg, who has written and produced several X-Men movies, as well as the Deadpool films, will also produce. The package is being put together with the hope that it will be ready to take to studios and streamers in the coming weeks. Now, Avengelyne, it was one of those books that Rob Liefeld came up with right at the end of his time at Image. I actually have my first appearance of Avengelyne, and I noticed that Rob Liefeld put it out. He was still at Image, but he put it out on a imprint called Maximum Press, and Maximum Press was done separately from Image. And a lot of people were like, "Well, you're an Image partner. Why are you putting this stuff out under a different imprint?" And if you know what happened, obviously Rob had started to kind of sour on how Image was structured, and he was wanting to, and they had also, there's some great Image documentaries that detail all the stuff that happened at the end. They ended up suing Rob and all this kind of stuff. There's some great documentaries that break down what happened when Rob left Image. He's come back and did some stuff with them now. They got all the, especially him and Todd McFarlane, they worked everything out and they're cool. I know there was a great, I think it was about 2 years ago, they were at San Diego Comic-Con. They did like about a 40 minute interview that I love because you could tell they were like brothers. He's like, and the whole thing about Todd telling Rob Liefeld, it was like, "You call me more than my mom." It's like you could tell they really loved each other, but there was a period where they had some issues, and I'm glad they're back cool again. But absolutely love Rob Liefeld. I'm actually not going to talk very long because there's a video of Rob Liefeld speaking about Ed Piskor's death that he put up the other day that I wanted to include in this. So I want you to watch that because I just thought Rob is always fan first with the comic fandom. There were some people that were upset about Julia Garner being cast as the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four film, and he posted, which you can look on my community page. I actually screenshotted what Rob said because he said, "Hey, the fans have a right to expect the characters that they grew up with and they loved," and but like I said, Rob's incredible. He's got a great podcast, Robservations, that I've been listening to since its inception. But it looks like he's teamed. He's been, hinting that he's got stuff in the works. That something was, but then nothing was happening. And then, so I was like, yeah, he keeps saying he's got something coming up, and then nothing would happen. And then he's like, okay, well, just a little bit longer. But I guess this is the bombshell that he has been teasing was going to happen. Obviously, Margot Robbie is such a big star, and Olivia Wilde, Don't Worry, Darling actually did not do well, but I still like her for the most part. So hopefully, this is good because he's got the team putting the Avengelyne project together is at least solid. And they, I know, like I said, Margot, she had that Birds of Prey movie she did was awful though. That I'm gonna be honest, and I liked her as Harley Quinn, but that Birds of Prey movie was one of the worst movies I have ever seen, and I thought it was going to be good. I like Birds of Prey, like some of the stuff Chuck Dixon wrote, and it was like, anyway, I don't want to talk about comics too long, but like I said, I'm going to end this with Rob's video about the death of Ed Piskor, but like I said, leave me a comment, Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, all at Ikari Press. Type in Ikari Press, and it'll take you to my comic brand, Way of the Gun. Also, the link to my Gumroad in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take it away, Rob.
This is Ed Piskor. Ed was a talented, successful cartoonist. His biggest claim to fame was probably Hip Hop Family Tree, which was really cool. I got to know Ed because he expressed that he had been into my work when he was a kid. And he had a cool way about him. I really enjoyed Ed. I talked to him on and off for the last decade, and he had me on his show. He had a comic book show that he hosted, and Ed's gone. Ed took his life today. And the thing that I can't get over is he starts off and he says he said he was sorry. But he says, I don't know what happened with Ed Piskor. I don't know what happened. He suddenly was in the eye of the storm. A bunch of allegations, and seemed like there was a judgment that came, as they often do, before maybe everything could be vetted. But I'm going to say again, I don't know everything. What I know is Ed is gone. Ed took his own life. He's part of our comic book community. He went from Hip Hop Family Tree to making X-Men comics for Marvel. And he loved comics, and I found his passion for comics to be sincere and inspiring. Ed says, I was murdered by internet bullies. I was murdered by internet bullies. Massive amounts of them. Some of you out there absolutely contributed to my death as you entertained yourself with gossip about me. I wasn't AI. I was a real human being. You chipped little bits of my self-esteem away all week until I vaporized. He said, I hope it makes people think twice about joining in an internet feeding frenzy. Why am I here talking to you about Ed Piskor? We got to be better than this. Ed, I'm going to tell you what I tell my kids all the time. I'm so thankful that I didn't grow up with the internet and the bullying. I would have been mocked and made fun of. I am certain of it. And what kids go through nowadays, what adults go through, being dragged, being just as Ed said, vaporized. It's brutal. Ed's gone. Ed Piskor took his own life because he just what it comes down to, he not many people can make it to the other side of the he said, I disappointed so many people. So I just think internet bullying is we've got to reevaluate this, and we've got to take we've got to really think twice. Think about what I was murdered by internet bullies. He couldn't take it. It broke him. And as a result, parents have lost a son. A sister has lost a brother. The industry lost a genuine talent. And whatever mistakes he made, people make mistakes. People make mistakes. What we need to be better at is giving grace to people. And not judgment, but giving grace. Maybe none of this makes sense, but I think I am just shocked that Ed is gone and that he took his own life. And that I won't interact with him again. And rest in peace, Ed. And I can only hope that there is some change to come of this.